Peace family. So I'm back with another episode, you know what I'm saying? Today what I'm going to be talking about is miserable people, you know what I'm saying? So we deal with a lot of this shit, and I feel like for me, a lot of these shits be coming from first-hand experiences that I be dealing with. So like, when you dealing with a miserable person, somebody that's vibrating on a really low frequency, and one easy way to tell if they're vibrating on a low frequency is listen attentively to the words that they choose to use when they conversate with you. And ask them certain questions. You know what I'm saying? You can figure out all of these things within a meeting, a setting of sitting down with somebody or talking to somebody or kicking it or doing any of those things with somebody. You know what I'm saying? So people who are miserable are constantly thinking less of themselves, and they're always in this self-pity party place. You know what I'm saying? So when you dealing with somebody who constantly put themselves in victim mode mentality, it's gonna be hard to pull them up out of there. They're gonna have to want to climb their ass up out of there, because some people will dig a hole and they'll put a bed down in that bitch. So you try and pull somebody up out of a space that they're comfortable living in. So if you're not one of those beings that's comfortable with being miserable or being, you know, having your frequency lowered to a lower vibrating frequency, you know what I'm saying? And these are entities that you are going to have to remove. We don't have a whole lot of options because we got another system in place. You know what I'm saying? But these are people who really have a hard time self-reflecting and dealing and managing those inner demons that they have. You know what I'm saying? So it's like on a spiritual level, these vessels are being used by demonic entities to keep these beings vibrating at a lower frequency. And these kind of beings, for one, are too fucking weak, and for two, either don't have the tools or don't care for the fucking tools to pull themselves out of that space. So then that's when you have to make adjustments to figure out what the fuck you want to do. You know what I'm saying? It's a spiritual war going on out here. So the more you sit around and seesaw dancing back and forth about, oh, well, they are this and they are that, or that is just this person, or they do this sometimes, or that's just how they are. Like, fuck all of that shit. If this is a spiritual war going on, then you need to figure out who the fuck is on your team. It don't make no sense to be fucking at war, but you got the op in the bed with you. It don't make no sense to be at war and you working every day with the op, but you don't even fucking know it. It don't make no sense to be at war and you don't know the op is your sibling or your motherfucking parent. Miserable people have been in that space for so long that it's uncomfortable for them even thinking about pulling themselves out of that space. Like, I'm a very uplifting and forwarding person, so it's hard for me to sit in that space. Like, I know that area, I know how to bump past it and keep going, but sitting in that space, so like, if I'm talking with somebody, it don't matter if it's male or female, if our first couple interactions was, you know, talking about something that wasn't really productive, just kind of getting to know each other, but we're talking about the unhealthy parts, and then after a few more, it's still no elevation in there, I'm just going to peg you as, okay, I don't know if you want to grow or if you don't want to grow, if you have your own pace, speed, whatever the fuck that shit is, I'm going to set that shit over here on this side. Because I know what the fuck I'm doing and I know where the fuck I'm going. So, if you're confused, you got to stay on this side. If you're not confused, you can come over here. But if you're confused, and you just need a base, a blueprint to follow, then I could fuck with you. But if you don't have no guidance, you don't know how to lead or direct yourself, or you don't have any helpful tools yourself, then it's going to be hard for me to take any input or direction from that shit. But And that's to say that for most miserable people, they're not going to have any input or insight on that. It's going to be bumping over everything. Everything is going to be fucking glossed over. Everything will be glossed over. You know, some people are so miserable that even if you remove them from your life, if they still have access to you, they'll still reach out to you to try to make you miserable. Even though they know they cannot do it in the physical world, they'll try to implant thoughts to make you feel bad about yourself. That's how bad this shit is. It's no more dancing around between, oh, well, I just need to learn, I need to get it. If a motherfucker say it, you need to get it. If you don't get it, then you ain't got it. Simple process. It's very simple, but since I've been reaching my spiritual growth from my standpoint, like, it's almost like every vessel that try to get close to me, them demonic forces use that vessel. They figure out they fucking weak point and they'll use that vessel to try to manipulate or manage my emotions or feelings or thought process. Like, and I'm too strong for that. You know, I believe in the higher power. I follow the flow of the universe. I know that this is a vessel for the universe and the good of the universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm the spiritual being in control of this vessel, but I understand that, so I don't allow entities just to control my vessel at will. If they happen to do it, which, you know, I had to live an experience here too. They had to fight for that position to be able to do that, and then once I became aware, I fixed it. I didn't just sit there in the shit. I didn't just let some other shit just fucking manage me like that. Like, I don't deal well with people glossing over when I'm talking about relevant shit. To me, if I hit you in the morning time or you hit me in the morning time and you complain, oh, good day. Say I hit somebody with a good day or somebody hit me with a good day. I'm usually sending high vibrations back out to them. But if I hit somebody with a good day and they're like, oh, yeah, I didn't wake up, like, I wasn't feeling the best, or my energy was off, or I got a headache, or I got a stomach ache, or my back hurts, or if the first thing they want to give to me is complaints, I take that shit as a sign. That's a sign. Like, when I first talk to people, the first energy that I give them is not wanting to be in a lower vibration. So if it's not a complaint and it's just a fact, then I should be able to word it properly. Yeah, hey, I woke up, my fucking head is throbbing. I didn't sleep that well last night, but when I got up, I had my water, I got outside, you know, I let the sun hit me, I was doing things to fix my energy. Now that's showing that, hey, this energy is cycling around. I'm not just throwing some negative energy at somebody. But a lot of people out here think they're so fucking smart with their words and they can just manipulate people off of the way they look. And that's the shit that be mind-blowing me. Like, these are miserable people who really don't know how to manage their own self or their own shit. So it has to be pushed off on somebody else. Once we start getting to a place and being able to identify this shit, it'll make moving forward a lot easier. But as long as we sit in this place where we dancing back and forth and making it seem like, oh, well, they was nice in the beginning. Oh, well, they bought me this. Oh, well, they bought me that. Yeah. I mean, if y'all know anything about the ops, the demonic forces, they love to use temptation. They love to use it. So, would I find myself around miserable people or dealing with somebody and I feel like they're in a miserable space and they really don't want to pull themselves out of that space? Because once you run into me, I'm a vessel for the universe. The universe relays information through me, so it's going to give you all the personal tools that you need. Not tools for somebody else, but the universe is sending that through this vessel right here. So it's no excuses for none of that other shit. So, and then when you have to deal with the other ones that's super miserable, some of them motherfuckers you just got cut off. You got to remove them. You got to block them. You have to stop dealing with them. You don't allow them to do any more of those messages or, you know, or phone calls or DMs or any of that shit. You gotta cut all of that shit. No fucking emails either. You gotta cut all of that shit, because what's gonna happen is what you think about, you're giving energy to. So if they sending you a message that say, hey, was just thinking about hey, I'm sorry about such and such, and you see the message, it's already implanted thoughts right there. So unless you know how to transfer your thoughts somewhere else or put your thoughts somewhere else, they're gonna have you in that space, and then you might go back down that cycle. And I had somebody trying to do that to me, constantly message me, always saying that shit after I kicked the toxic narcissistic ass out of my life. But what narcissists like to do is, miserable motherfucking beings, what they like to do is they like to flip the script. See, most narcissists will never research narcissism or look at themselves as a narcissist. So if you ever find yourself wondering if you're a narcissist and you researching and looking up these things, 9 times out of 10 you're not, because most of them not going to feel that way. They just feel that this is how they are, this is who they are, and they're miserable beings. So it don't matter what title we put on it, you know what I'm saying, until you learn to strengthen yourself and to figure out who the fuck you are on the inside and your purpose, and stop indulging in this matrix. The people who indulge in this matrix, I know that you're not working as hard to get yourself in a better space. So that way it limits me, once I meet you or get to know you, on how much energy I'm going to give you. It's not that, oh, I hate this person or I don't like this person. It's just, no, hey, this vibration isn't really matching my vibration, so I'm going to give this vibration less energy. It doesn't mean that, to some it doesn't mean that if you growing and handling, you just happen to be lost, confused, don't know how to communicate. But some others, it gets pretty technical when you fucking dealing with the 3D world and the 5D world. But it's like, it's best way as I can word it, you just have to be intuitive and be mindful and pay attention to the words being used, the actions going on, you know what I'm saying, like everything, because that shit is going to pull you down. It's going to pull you down. So say you talk to this person Monday and they say some miserable shit. Then you talk to them Tuesday, they say some miserable shit. Say you skip Wednesday and you talk to them Thursday and they say some miserable shit. Say you talk to them Friday and then it's just some shit that really just conversation, so y'all two are just seeming still connected. Like, that's a relationship that's going nowhere. It's a ship that's going in a circle. You're having a relation in a circle. These relationships is supposed to take you somewhere besides chasing your tail, you know. So we have to start thinking deeper. We have to start digging deeper, you know what I'm saying. We have to be more confident in ourselves. We have to become more confident in our decision making, but that also comes with being self-aware and constantly working on yourself. Stop listening to fucking music all the time. Stop listening to music all the time. If you don't know who you are and you still trying to figure out who the fuck you are, stop listening to music all the time. Yes, you love it, but you're at a space to where you need to fucking grow. And music is not going to help you get there. Sorry. I know you enjoy it. I know it feels good sometimes. But it's not going to help you get there. You're going to have to turn that shit off. And then once you get to a better space, then you can start figuring out, okay, yeah, now I could finesse the music now, you know, because now I got a better routine as far as how I'm going to learn and organize my thoughts to stay spiritually grounded and not be too deep into this matrix. You know what I'm saying? So, but on that note, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to slide on that one. I'm your boy, TrakBeatz. Y'all make sure y'all tap into everything down below. You know what I'm saying? Peace to all the guys and queens.